Hi everyone, I'm Amanda,
Hi, I'm Kate.
and together we have decided to put together what we feel is a much needed course that speaks to culinary fundamentals for clinicians, whether you are a nutrition expert, a doctor, health professional, a health coach that's working with health and medical teams. We feel that this is a course that you may have been waiting for. So Kate and I are based in two different countries, and we met through a course I was teaching in culinary genomics. Chef Kate, did you hear I said Chef Kate?
Mhm.
And I want to share a little bit about what our background is and what this course is about. Kate, jump in.
Thank you. So I was a chef for just over 20 years, and then I decided to train in nutrition. So I've been doing that now for qualified 5 years ago. So I combine the nutrition and the cooking together. And that's what we're doing on this course. And Amanda's bringing the science in the amazing way that she does. And I'm taking that and I'm translating it. How can you utilize that in the kitchen? And how can you then pass that on to your clients? And this course really stemmed from the questions that I wanted answered, and particularly after Amanda's amazing course, it was just firing more and more things off in my head that I wanted answers to. And so we got talking about things. I was firing her a lot of emails, and this course has really come through from that. It's the questions that you have that need answering.
Yeah, and some of the questions, let's kind of jump in on that. Some of the questions we ask each other professionally are, well, what is the best fat? You know, can you use olive oil at a higher temperature? What about coconut oil? What is the optimal temperature for toasting nuts and seeds, right? And is there an optimal way to sear meat so you don't get glycation? Is frozen better than fresh? What about dried herbs versus fresh? And so these are the questions we ask each other as clinicians, and we share them on listservs, but they're the same questions that our clients ask us. And so what Kate and I decided to do was to put our knowledge together in a course that looks at food science, nutrition science, and culinary technique, and answer the many questions we have through this course. Is that a fair assessment, Kate?
I think it is. Yeah, that's a very good roundup of it.
So what does this look like? So it's an online course, and the inaugural course launches at March 2nd. So March 2nd through June 6th, 2020. We've divided it up into pre-recorded sessions and a couple of bonus modules that Kate's working on fruit and veg. Okay, we've got to have those. But it's divided between pre-recorded sessions, 4 live broadcasts, and also 4 live office hours, which are Saturday morning office hours, where we will be live with you, which regardless of what country you're in, depending on the time zone there, right? But predominantly looking between the UK and US time zones, where you can actually interact with us. So regardless of whether you can join us live or not, everything's going to be recorded and you can access us. That's exactly the way the course is designed. And in terms of what it looks like, we have about 13 modules. Yeah, you can take your time. Okay. And each module has a short segment on the food science, so we can be very clear on some of the questions we have there. And then the next sessions are Kate in the kitchen, you know, taking us through the culinary translation. I'm joining her live, so we record together, but it's really full on Kate translating the culinary aspects of the questions we're asking about. So what are some of the modules, Kate, that we're looking at? What's some of the topics?
We've got flavor fundamentals, nuts and seeds, and well, that includes in fats as well. We've got meats, we've got seafood, grains, legumes and pulses, fruits and vegetables, as you mentioned. You know, we've tried to cover all the basics of food and cooking and the questions that come up within that. And that you would, you know, if you were going to do to the normal cookery course, you would be learning some of these steps, but, you know, without the science behind it and the answers to why we need to cook in certain ways to preserve the nutrients there.
Right. So very much top of mind is bioavailability, right? And nutrient retention. And I think it's really important to emphasize too that we're not trying to teach you how to cook in this course. I mean, obviously you're going to pick up techniques. It's really about focusing on optimizing preparation, storage, and culinary techniques to provide the information to the body, which is nutrients, because that's how we operate. So, that's the background of the course. And I know, Kate, if you wanted to kind of zero in too on actually what really prompted this course was absolutely right. So what really prompted the course?
What really prompted the course was my in-depth questioning about or wanting answers to the nutrigenomic pathways and how we can cook for them without necessarily having to do DNA tests. How does everybody need to eat for their pathways to function optimally? But there was just so much, we were coming up with so much information that we needed to put into one course that we decided to divide it into two. So we've got this as a fundamentals, learn the basics, how do you preserve the nutrients or the bioactives in certain foods? And then the next course is going to be, how do we actually cook for those pathways? What are we going to be doing to ensure those pathways are being promoted or
promoted? Truly culinary biochemistry. So we're like culinary biochemistry geeks, but we realized that, before we talk to cooking for methylation or neurotransmitter production or degradation, there are too many questions we have about the fundamentals. Again, not a cooking course teaching how to cook, but a cooking course to answer fundamental questions that we get asked before we really go on to a more advanced course in culinary genomics and culinary biochemistry. So the course is open for registration right now, right here on this page. You're looking at a video, and if you go down to the bottom of the page, it'll say join the course, enroll in the course. So the course is open and the sessions will start rolling February the 2nd. So we hope you'll join us. We think, March 2nd. It's February's like next week. Thank you. Hey, just know it's a very laid back, casual course. You can see us interacting. That's the register, and that's of how we work. That's the environment you can come into, professional, but relaxed, smiling, joking back and forth, transatlantically. So anyway, we'll see you all in the course. We are delighted to roll this out for you. It's way overdue. So we'll see you there. Thanks, everyone. See you in the course.
Bye.